Presentation mastery. Look, one of the questions I get is, what happens if I forget my presentation and I'm halfway through midstream and I forget everything? How do I look really like I know what I'm talking about? How do I make sure that my audience is really engaged? Look, some of these subjects come up all the time around presentations. Dale Carnegie, of course, I'm William Farmer from Dale Carnegie, Australia. Dale Carnegie was fantastic in helping people how to present themselves, how to do it effectively. In fact, he wrote a famous book called The Quick and Easy Way to Effective Speaking. So here are a couple of those techniques from Dale Carnegie's work that I'd like to share with you today. Now, if you are planning on doing a presentation and you were planning on memorizing it, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Don't do it. Because what will happen is you'll start to really think about your presentation and every word. And if someone moves the chair, stands up to go to the toilet, and you lose your place, all of a sudden all the wind will go out of the sail. So don't try to memorize your presentation. The other thing is it comes across a little bit artificial. Now, with the beauty of PowerPoint, you can just flick and then the PowerPoint will come through, and it usually reminds us of what the next thing is in our presentation skills. If you don't have a lot of PowerPoint slides, good on you, because your PowerPoint slides should be there to actually enhance the presenter, not replace the presenter. How many times have you been to a presentation where it's been death by PowerPoint and you felt like emailing them and saying, just email me the presentation because it was just as effective? So if you are going to trade people's time, that's your wage or your salary and everybody else, and if there are 20 people listening, I always think I want to trade their time with as much value as I possibly can. So when you're presenting your ideas, think about what's the benefit to the people that are in the audience. And if you do find yourself in one of those unfortunate events where you have got this full stop and you don't know what comes next, here's a couple of techniques. Here's the first one. First of all, don't tell your audience. A lot of the time we'll lift our eyes, show some fear, and we're telling our audience we don't know what comes next. You're far better to just do, look, very wise. Pause. Look. And by that amount of time, I'm sure the words will start to flood out. The next thing is just speak, because it's like a segue. It's like a bridge that connects to the next thought. Or ask a question of the audience. And straight away, by asking a question, lifting your hand, there may be someone engaging, it stimulates conversation and it helps you to remember what you're talking about, or it'll take your presentation into another direction. If you are going to use notes, okay, make sure your notes are very, very clear, maybe 6 words, 6 lines, no more. The other thing is to make sure it's easy to see. Don't hide behind a lectern, because what that does is it creates a barrier between you and your audience. Use PowerPoints as a prompter. I could talk about the subject for a long period of time, but that's probably the key in regards to mastering presentations, is remember that you are the message and not PowerPoint, and that when you do have that full stop, use it to your advantage. Don't tell your audience that you don't know what comes next. So I'm William Farmer, an engagement specialist. Hey, how do you give effective presentations? Have you ever had that experience where you didn't know what to say next? How did you handle it? And if you're an executive, what you like about presentations and what presentations are stimulating to you? I'm William Farmer, engagement specialist. You can contact us on dalecarnegie.com.au.